Okay, today we're working with solving some inequalities, still just one step inequalities. You had a little taste of this on your previous worksheet. I just want to go through and I want to explain this all the way through on this one. So let's say we start off with, and I'll put the variable on the left hand side. We'll start moving around a little bit. So if I start off with this, 3x is less than 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this 3. I find the variable side, and I want to isolate that. It's 3 times x, so I'm going to do the opposite of that. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. When I do this, these reduce, so this is just a 1x. Nothing happens to the sign, and 3 will go into 9 3 times. And then my graphing of this, again, I put my number line. I put a 0 mark. Typically, I put that 0 mark kind of in the middle, but it doesn't matter where it's at. 3 is going to go to the right of the 0 mark. Do I have to make the other marks? No, I don't have to make sure it's specifically spaced or anything else like that. This is a less than, so I'm going to open it up because 3 is not less than 3. And then this is saying all numbers smaller than 3. The numbers that are smaller than 3 are over this way. So there's that one graphed, and that's just a straightforward one that you guys are probably pretty good at. Now let's make this just a little different. Let's see here. Let's just go there. Now this particular problem, x divided by 2 is greater than or equal to 8. Okay, well I have divide, so I want to get rid of that by multiplying both sides by 2. What happens there is this reduces. Nothing happens to the sign, and 8 times 2 is 16. So same thing as before. My 0 mark, 16. This has part of an equal sign greater than or equal to, so that means I'm going to close it in. And I want all numbers bigger than or equal to 16, which are these over this way. Now, nice straightforward problems, nothing special about these. These are problems that you guys will knock off really, really fast. So what happens if I start putting some negative numbers in here? So 7 is less than or equal to negative, let's go just negative 5. Okay, well, again, I look on the left-hand side because that's where the variable is. I gotta get rid of that 7, so I multiply both sides by 7. X. Now, notice I'm multiplying both sides by 7, just like before I multiplied both sides by 3. Nothing changes. The sign stays the same. 7 times negative 5 is negative 35. So there it is, my 0 mark. Negative 35 is way over here someplace. And I want all numbers smaller than negative 35. Well, these are all bigger. So I'm going to close this in, and I'm going to shade to the left. Now let's take this very same problem, and let's just change it up a little bit and see how this answer is a little different. So x divided by negative 7 is less than or equal to negative 7. Now the only difference here is this negative sign. Okay, and I'm going to do this problem the same way. I multiply both sides by negative 7. So x, and when I multiply this, I get 35. Now here's the kicker. Whenever I multiply or divide by a negative number, the inequality symbol flips. So now this is saying I want all the numbers that are bigger than 35. Bigger than or equal to 35. So it shades and goes the other way. And so this is the trick to inequalities. Whenever you multiply or divide, this time I multiplied, or divide by a negative, the inequality symbol flips. Now notice here, I multiplied both sides by positive 7. It didn't flip. Even though I multiplied it to a negative number, it doesn't matter. It's this thing that I'm putting on both sides. If that is negative, then that's going to flip. Does this work with add or subtract? Nope. Same thing as before. So let's say I have negative 3x is less than, I don't care. Let's just go with 12. Okay? I gotta get rid of this negative 3. So I divide both sides by negative 3. These go away. This is negative 4. Because I divided by a negative, the inequality sign flips. So now I'm looking for all numbers that are bigger than negative 4. Well, this is an open circle because negative 4 is not bigger than negative 4. And I shade to the right. What happens if I flip these around? Let's say I take 72 is greater than or equal to negative 8x. All right, well, I'm going to try to get rid of this negative 8. I do that by dividing both sides by negative 8. Because I divided both sides by a negative number, the sign flips. So I know it's going to be this way. These go away, so this is x. 8 will go into 72 9 times, but it's a negative 9. Now, I don't like to have them written this way because I get confused about how I shade. I know all this stuff's set up. Well, so I'm going to put the x on the left. It's pointing towards the negative 9, so I'm going to put a point towards the negative 9. Okay, now this makes a lot more sense. I want all numbers that are bigger than or equal to negative 9. Well, the numbers that are bigger than negative 9 are over on this side. Okay, now this is the trick. That's the thing with this. This is something that you're trying to make you, that is an easy mistake that's made. Make sure that whenever you multiply or divide by a negative number, the inequality symbol flips. Other than that, same type of problem. Okay, that's it for today.